Newcastle United fans, be excited. From discussing Newcastle's secret plan to dominate the Premier League forever,
Wow! Beautiful!
to revealing Newcastle's new centre-back target after missing out on 2 deals, to unveiling the next players already on their way out after Almiron's exit. Plus, did Amanda Staveley almost destroy Newcastle United? As per Join Us, as we'll break it all down. Also, according to YouTube stats, only about 6% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video or just realized that you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later. It's free. Enjoy the video.
Let's go!
So the ongoing issues surrounding the club's financial sustainability regulations, PSR, are increasingly becoming a point of frustration for Newcastle United, especially during this transfer window. These regulations are not only forcing sales but are also hindering the club's ability to strengthen the squad with much-needed mid-season additions. Recently, Eddie Howe revealed that Newcastle attempted to sign Abdulkadir Kusanov, but the PSR complications prevented any formal bid. Moreover, it's now come to light that Newcastle was also close to securing a move for Brazilian centre-back Vitor Reis, only to be thwarted by the same regulatory issues. Reis ultimately completed a £30 million transfer to Manchester City last week, marking another missed opportunity for the Magpies. Chris Waugh reported that Paul Mitchell and the recruitment team had worked diligently to position Newcastle at the forefront for both Kusanov and Reis. However, the constraints of the PSR necessitated a delay in formal offers, leading the club to conclude that pursuing summer deals would be more feasible given their current financial landscape. Unfortunately, this delay allowed Manchester City to capitalize on the situation and sign both players, along with Real Valladolid loanee Djouma Ba, who was also scouted by Newcastle. The cautious approach being adopted this transfer window seems to stem from the lessons learned during last June's chaotic period. The Telegraph's Luke Edwards noted that Amanda Staveley was previously willing to take financial risks to appease fans and back Eddie Howe, which nearly backfired when the club was forced to sell promising young talents like Elliot Anderson and Yankuba Minte to avoid sanctions. He believes that, had Staveley still been at the club, she would have delivered a right-winger signing this month and dealt with any PSR-related repercussions at a later stage. Now, with the memory of last summer's turmoil still fresh, it appears that the Public Investment Fund, Darren Eales, and new sporting director Paul Mitchell are prioritizing a more measured strategy. This approach aims to focus on long-term stability while avoiding the pitfalls that could arise from hastily navigating the financial landscape again. As a result, Newcastle is treading carefully in the transfer market, prioritizing the club's financial health over immediate signings. Although Newcastle United may have had a quiet January transfer window, but the club's decision-makers are already strategizing for what promises to be an active summer. The Magpies have ramped up their scouting efforts, particularly in France, where they have been closely monitoring talent in Ligue 1. Among the players catching their attention are AS Monaco forwards Eliesse Seghir and Maghnes Akliouche. Seghir, just 19 years old, has impressed this season, and there are indications that he wishes to remain with Monaco until the end of the campaign. The club values him at around €30 million, £25 million, and interest from notable clubs like Barcelona and Napoli could complicate Newcastle's pursuit. Meanwhile, Akliouche has also made a name for himself recently, showcasing his skills with a stunning overhead kick in a match against Rennes. His valuation stands at approximately €60 million, £50 million, making him a more expensive target. Newcastle's scouting efforts have extended beyond Monaco, with the club also considering players from Lille and Lens. Reports have indicated that the Magpies have been tracking Lille's Jonathan David, adding yet another potential target to their list. Then, according to iNews, a close source to the club, one area of focus for a potential replacement is that of long-standing defender Fabian Schär. The Swiss international has been a mainstay in the squad, starting 18 of his 19 Premier League appearances this season, but his performances have been solid yet unspectacular. Schär, who joined Newcastle from Deportivo in the summer of 2018, has shown his strengths in passing, ranking in the top 42% of centre-backs in the Premier League for progressive passes per 90 minutes this season. However, his defensive statistics reveal some vulnerabilities. He has been dribbled past 11 times and has a ground duel success rate of just 54%. These figures suggest that Newcastle could benefit from a more dominant defender, particularly one who excels both in ball progression and defensive capabilities. Reports indicate that Newcastle is interested in Bournemouth's central defender Illia Zabarnyi as a long-term option to enhance their defense. The 22-year-old Ukrainian has been a regular starter for Bournemouth and is seen as a potential successor to Shah, especially if the club manages to secure an extension for the veteran's contract. However, any transfer for Zabarnyi is likely to occur at the end of the season, as Bournemouth is reluctant to lose one of its key players midway through the campaign. There is competition for Zabarnyi's signature, with Chelsea and Tottenham also reportedly interested. His current valuation is around £50 million, which indicates that Newcastle will need to act decisively if they want to secure his services. If they succeed, Zabarnyi would compete with Shah for a starting spot in the next season. Zabarnyi presents a compelling case for acquisition, as he possesses superior technical quality and a forward-thinking mentality compared to Shah. He ranks in the top 40% of centre-backs in the Premier League for progressive passes per 90, demonstrating his capability to play out from the back effectively. Additionally, his defensive statistics show that he is highly effective in physical battles, boasting a ground duel success rate of 63% and an aerial duel success rate of 68%. In contrast, Shah's figures highlight his struggles, especially in aerial duels, where he has only a 42% success rate. He also has a higher clearance, tackles, and interception per game ratio than Fabian Shah. Given these differences, it's evident that Zabarnyi would not only improve Newcastle's defensive solidity, but also offer a more dynamic presence in the back line. With both players having similar passing statistics, Newcastle could potentially upgrade their centre-back position significantly by securing Zabarnyi ahead of the 2025-26 campaign. Despite a low-key approach to the January window, Newcastle remains proactive in exploring options for the summer. Manager Eddie Howe has tempered expectations for immediate signings, but he maintains a never-say-never stance. The club's final league position this season will significantly influence the caliber of players they can attract, highlighting the importance of their ongoing efforts in scouting and recruitment. Then, Newcastle United's academy midfielder Jamie Miley is set to make a permanent move to National League side Hartlepool United. The 21-year-old was recently recalled from his loan at Newport County as the club sought a more long-term solution for his development. In other transfer news, Everton is reportedly interested in a late move for Newcastle midfielder Sean Longstaff. The club is said to be open to selling him for around £12 million. Longstaff has been a part of Newcastle's squad for several seasons, and this potential transfer could provide him with a new opportunity. Additionally, Leeds United has made inquiries regarding the availability of left-back Matthew Targett. The 29-year-old defender could be allowed to leave Newcastle if a suitable offer is received, indicating that the club is considering reshaping its squad as the transfer window progresses. Then, if you want to know Newcastle's secret plan to dominate the Premier League forever, click the video link on screen now.